Hey everybody, you're not going to believe it. We have Rosa Gonzalez in the house. How are you doing, Rosa?
I'm good. How are you, Chris?
Oh man, I am so excited to have you here. I'm really looking forward to hearing all about your business. But I just thought before we get started talking about how you are so wildly successful, tell us a little bit about your background and how you got into real estate.
I actually got into real estate on a fluke. My husband and I were buying a house, and our realtor was impressed with my office skills.
Uh-huh.
And he kept telling me, if the day ever comes, and the day will come, when I'm ready to hire an assistant, I'm going to track you down and see if I can get you to work for me because you'd be perfect for
Mm-hmm.
what I need.
Wow.
And he did that. 2 years later, he found me and said, I need an assistant and you'd be perfect.
That is great. That is terrific. Now you're in Stockton, California, which is in technically the Central California Valley.
Correct. San
Okay.
Joaquin County.
Okay, good to know. Now, you've only been selling real estate for about 12 years, I understand?
Right.
And you've already managed to get yourself, and I believe it's the Wall Street Journal named you one of the top 1,000 realtors in the whole United States.
Whoopee, yes.
What's your secret? What are you doing as a real estate agent that's making you so successful?
I don't really think it's a secret, Chris. I think it is that I took exactly what I was taught by the agents that hired me. And the main thing that he gave me was he held nothing back. He wanted to he wanted to teach me that if you give 100%,
Hmm.
you'll get it back tenfold.
Mm.
And so I did the same thing. Once I was in a position to hire an assistant, um, I did the same thing with them. I encouraged them and encouraged them to get their license too,
Hmm.
and help them grow. So as that happened, of course, it helped me as well. And being authentic, always giving back. That's
Hmm.
pretty much been what's been my success.
And I love the fact that you do give so much back, and I want to talk about that in a second. But staying on the topic of successful real estate agents, you are a mentor yourself, as I know. You and I have known each other for quite a few years. You're a mentor yourself, and you come across a lot of real estate agents. And the audience here, Rosa, as you probably know, 80% of the people listening to this show are struggling or startup realtors trying to really ramp up their business. And you, like myself, have run into so many realtors that are struggling. What do you think
Right.
is the biggest thing that real estate agents have to master? The biggest thing that can really propel them in their business that they're not doing right now?
They have to master the fact that they have to run their business like they are the CEO of their company,
Mm,
and they have to have a schedule that's stricter than any schedule they've ever had. And they've got to be hard on themselves. They have to look at it. I think a lot of realtors get into this business thinking, oh, I'm going to set my own hours.
mm-hmm.
I'm not going to have a boss. No one's going to tell me what to do.
I'm going to eat donuts at the water cooler.
Exactly. And it is nice to have, those sorts of freedoms
Hmm.
as long as you understand at the end of the day what your goals are. So you've got to have a schedule. You've got to have a business plan. And you have to know what it is you're working for every day.
Hmm.
I talk about vision boards, and if you want to talk about that in a little while, that's one of my biggest pieces that I'm really, really passionate about.
Hmm.
But I think to get back to your question is new agents really need to understand that they have to have a schedule and they have to understand what it is they're doing every day and why.
Interesting. I love that. Well, you did bring up vision boards, and one of the things that I talk to agents about all the time, which I think is just so paramount, is having that mission, having that vision, understanding really what your why is. And it sounds like you're using the vision board quite successfully. Tell us more about it.
Yeah, when I went to Kathy Ellerton's course in 2007,
Hmm.
we did our vision boards in class, and I had heard about vision boards, but not quite the way we did it, actually in class, and that helped me a lot. And so I made my first vision board at that time, and I put it up, and I followed it. But as that year went by, I realized how big of a difference it made. Everything I had put on there was coming to fruition, and I realized, if I just tell the universe this is what I want, it happens.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's in front of me, and I'm reminding myself, and I'm reminding my family too, this is what I'm working for, and this is why, then it's not like a little secret, right? And I'm not hiding it from anyone. So anyone that walks into my office, or any, client or rep that's sitting around going, oh, that's what she's all about. I can see it right now. It's in front of me.
So your vision board is in your office.
Yes.
So give us an example, 1 or 2 or 3 things that you have on your vision board.
So I have a scripture from the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
Because for me, if I follow the Word of God,
mm-hmm.
then all things do work for me.
Wonderful.
Secondly, family. It's all about family. My husband and my kids, spending time with my parents, earning a certain amount of money, and, let's tell the truth, right? Giving back. I've got quite a bit about giving back in different ways. And then retirement, working towards having something for retirement.
I love
Those
it.
are just, oops.
Yep.
Sorry.
You still there?
Yep.
Well, you know what? A lot of people ask me this on the vision board, and you don't disclose the dollar amount, but do you have a specific dollar amount that you're that is on your vision board, or do you just have like pictures of cash?
I don't have a specific dollar amount on my vision board. I just have a big $1 million bill on it.
I love it.
I have a specific amount on my business plan, but not on my vision board.
Got it. Well, let's switch gears a little bit, Rosa. One of the things all of us entrepreneurs, myself included, we all face challenges. We all have problems. The road's not always so smooth. What's one of the biggest challenges that you faced in the last 12 years as a real estate broker, and how did you overcome it?
I'd have to say my biggest challenge is sticking to a schedule, which I think would surprise a lot of people to hear that. Yeah, because I'm really analytical, and people see my schedule and it blows them away and they can't believe it. The thing is that we can get derailed pretty easily in this business. Family being so important, and then of course, life happens, right? Like my mom being sick and different things.
Sure. I
won't go into details. I don't want to get emotional. And you stop and you question yourself. You go, okay, well, family and the people I love is obviously more important than business. But without the business, how do I do all of this other, right? Like for you, how do I go to Brazil all the time if I'm not working, right? So you have to have that balance. And so sticking to my schedule all of the time, because you get burned out sometimes, Chris.
Oh, yeah.
So my accountability partner and I talk about this a lot, is I think one of the best pieces of advice my real estate coach gave me one day. I was on my coaching call with her, and she kept trying to get me to keep it real with her. She kept saying, I don't want to hear the same old, this REO challenge or this problem. Tell me what's really going on with you. And I said, I just don't want to be here today. I work so hard, and today I just don't want to be here. And she said, that's what I'm talking about. She said, somewhere, not in your schedule, but you have to understand that there's days when it's okay, when you just have to say to yourself, walk away for a few hours. Go towards the water, or go shopping, or go do something and refresh your mind, and then come back. And that's when you can really give of yourself the way that you've committed to give, to your clients.
That's excellent advice. I love that, to be able and give yourself permission.
To your schedule, that's what I mean.
Yeah, give yourself permission to get off that schedule if you really need to.
Exactly.
I love that. That's great. Well, what is the next big thing for Rosa Gonzalez? Do you have any big plans? Any big changes in your business, anything that you can share with us that you're really excited about?
Um, I definitely plan on growing the team.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't identified exactly in what direction yet.
Mm-hmm.
This year has brought a lot of opportunities. I've been kind of pulled in a lot of different ways and given a lot of different opportunities. And I've chosen not to make a decision or not to make any kind of move at this time, simply because of the different people in my life who need me.
Mm.
So I've decided to do what I'm doing and know that I've got a lot of different ways that I can go when the time's right.
Mm-hmm.
I know in the future I definitely want to grow the team and be able to be more of a mentorship role, maybe even more of a management type of role,
Ah,
so
okay.
that I can be, because I do this on a daily basis anyway,
Mm-hmm.
as a, just as an agent. People come to me a lot for advice. People come to me a lot for contractual advice,
Mm-hmm.
for just all kinds of questions. And I would love to be doing that on a daily basis
That
in a
is
different type
terrific.
of position.
That is terrific. I love what you're saying. What you're saying about that. It's almost like it sounds like the family, which is sort of like part of your mission. Your family comes first, and you're really putting that first. That's very cool.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, as you know, Rosa, one of the tenets of massive abundance is to give back. You know, once you're so successful like yourselves, and you are the embodiment of giving back. Tell us about is it called Roofs for Troops?
Yes.
What is that all about?
Well, Nehemiah is, and so Nehemiah has several companies within itself, okay?
Hmm.
Nehemiah Reinvestment, or Nehemiah Community Reinvestment Enterprises, and Nehemiah Community Reinvestment Fund.
Hmm.
Well, Nehemiah Community Reinvestment Fund is the company they use for Roofs for Troops. And they, along with other sources like Bank of America and some other sources,
Hmm.
have been able to identify properties where they get them at a discount or in some cases free.
Hmm.
And this is all over the country where the properties are identified,
Wow.
and they're completely rehabbed, like from the ground up. And the properties are sold to a veteran, so either active or retired veteran,
Hmm.
military veteran. The veteran, actually what I'm saying right now, I'm not even supposed to say. I can't say the details of it, but they get a significant discount off of the market price.
Wow.
And in some cases, they actually get it for free.
That's amazing.
So it's an amazing program.
That is
That
terrific. How long have you been involved with this?
Roofs for Troops, I think they've been doing it for longer than I'm aware of, but I've been involved for about 2 years.
For about 2 years. That's great. Well,
It's one of the most rewarding things I've been able to do.
that is
And
terrific.
Nehemiah also has another program where we have been able to purchase properties at a discounted rate,
Hmm.
rehab them, and then resell to low to moderate income buyers.
Hmm.
Because as we know, Chris, this market has been difficult for owner-occupied buyers.
Hmm.
They're getting beat out constantly by those cash investor buyers,
Hmm.
getting beat out by multiple offers. A lot of our FHA owner-occupied buyers, who are really the ones that need and should be buying a house in this market, we're finally at an interest rate where people can afford to buy.
Hmm.
We're at a sales price, which is a perfect time for people to buy.
Hmm.
So with the Nehemiah program, they are not in competition with all those other types of buyers. So it's a great program, and I personally, in the last 4 years, have sold about 200 of those homes, and
Wow.
it's really, really rewarding.
That's great. That is great, Rosa. You are the embodiment of massive abundance.
Thank you.
Hey, tell me this real fast. What is the one marketing technique that you're using that's really getting you and generating a lot of business for you?
I thought about that, Chris. I truly believe my marketing technique is just authenticity.
Mm.
don't have a, I don't do billboards. I do like a lot of the basics. I do, I'm on golf courses. I'm on scorecards.
Hmm.
I have, you know, I don't want to name the websites, but the typical websites, right?
Hmm.
And all the things most of us successful agents do,
Hmm.
the different websites, emails, and um, my biggest source of business is referral.
Mm.
And I think when that's your biggest source of business, it's because people believe in you,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
We're authentic. We're honest. People want to sell us. People want to tell their family and friends, hey,
Hmm.
I know someone that's going to take really good care of you.
Hmm.
So my biggest, yeah, that's why I think I don't really have to do as much marketing.
Hmm.
And someday maybe I will, but
Hmm.
for now, it's really about referral.
That's great. Well, it certainly comes through the screen right now, and everybody watching this can really tell that you are so authentic, and your authenticity is really, I mean, it's just, and I've known you for a number of years, and that's the one thing that strikes me about you is just you are so authentic that it's, you know that you can instantly trust Rosa Gonzalez. You want to be around Rosa Gonzalez because she's gonna have your back, and that's what I love about you.
Thanks, Chris.
Absolutely. Listen, sort of just wrapping up a little bit here, just sort of curious. Let's just say that you have a brand new real estate agent coming to your office right now, and they sit down in front of your desk and they say, Rosa, I really want to understand what is the one or two things that I really have to do to master this game. Name me the one or two things that I have to rock out to make my business, truly like yours. What would you tell
I'd tell them to know the inventory.
them? Mm-hmm.
I'd tell them to preview property, know the inventory and preview property.
Mm-hmm.
Um, get to know real estate agents. They want to know listing agents.
Mm.
Um, and the other thing I'd say is definitely get in touch with everybody you know. You've got to let them know. Don't be a secret agent. Let them know what you're doing,
I love that. Don't be a secret agent. That's cool.
right?
I love that a lot. It's so funny to me because when I am coaching and counseling real estate brokers, and especially when I'm speaking to them, the biggest thing that real estate agents have a hard time doing is talking to the sphere of influence and letting their sphere of influence know that they're in real estate.
Right.
So if you don't mind, I'm going to use that line. Don't be a secret agent.
I know I stole it from somebody.
That is great. Rosa, there's a reason why you are so successful. I absolutely love you, man. You have an amazing business in Stockton. We're going to make sure that all of our listeners have all your detailed information so they can contact you for all those referrals. And I really, really appreciate you so much, and I really appreciate you taking the time to be here with the Max Show. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you too. Thanks, Chris.
All right. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye bye.